drive. Brett Castillo with a good return opportunity. Picking up blocks is Castillo. The play is 1st and 10 with nice field position. Quinton Ganther go repair the divot. 2nd and 10. Johnson throws, almost intercepted.
And Johnson here being on the road. Hernandez with a little cut move to the outside, and that's just great play.
3rd and 10. You see where they need to go. The TCU 44. Pressure is protected well. Madsen gets open in the middle for a first. 6'5" with speed, too. He's not just tall and slow. Gain of about a yard there.
Interception.
2nd and 9. Ganther, who got off to a good hot start early. See where the pressure comes. Time for Johnson for the moment. Nobody open downfield. Has the ability to escape, but couldn't pick up 2nd, and then got the offense back on the field. Johnson, room to run if he can escape. He does. 1st down and more. To the 20. Oh, gosh, the first receiver's not open. I'm going.
Yep.
Little flip. Brett Castillo. TCU has a good pursuing deep down. Quick hit from Ganther. Absorbed the blitz in the 6'5" receiver. They were an option. It is kept by Johnson, who will, I think, keep drive. They picked up the first one, and this is merely inches. Johnson keeps and just squeezes. Play 12 of the drive from the 13. Ganther pounds forward.
Bottom of the screen to Madsen against the corner.
Whistles before Johnson.
False start. Offense.
After the flag, 2nd and 12 from the 15. Off the hands of Tunga for points. Johnson, pocket collapsing, and he goes down. Attempt. It's going to get in there. A little slow on the pass and the kicks here in Fort Worth. Home team trails 10-7, very returnable. Opportunity here for, wow, quick brought down to Corey Rogers.
Very nice drive.
87 of the kicking team.
It's for you watching this team that you coached, and I'll get your answer after this kick return by Rogers, who has an opening. And Rogers will get across midfield and out to the 45.
He was a true freshman for us last year, and we're not surprised by his success. I think he's a terrific, talented quarterback.
Little freeze option play is a success.
You can see the insanity starting to build up already. I mean, this place is everything you hear about Gainesville and University of Florida.
Watch this 2nd and 8 play.
What the expectations are as far as
13 after the 5-yard procedure penalty, and
having to improve. Where have you seen this team improve?
To the hill against University of Tennessee.
2nd and 20. Robert Merrill was in at Utah that has led to 18 consecutive wins. 3rd and 22. The 2 procedure penalties. Quick kick. Try to kill it inside the 5. All right, Ty Gunn.
Andy North with a little wedge.
You got a football topic, you can talk forever down here. From the shadow of his own goalpost, Johnson unloading deep, just off the hands.
Isolated one-on-one. There's nobody back there. Motkins is by himself. He's of TCU.
Ganther nearly lost the handle. 3rd and 9, they go out of the gun again. Big play for TCU's defense. They pressure Johnson in the end zone. He gets rid of it and completes a big one to Castillo. Brent Castillo to the 43-yard.
The poise of Johnson. Keep in mind he's in his own end zone. Taking his time, looking over the defense, then finds the open man. That was 3rd down, wow. Backed up 5 yards into his own.
With 43, this time Castillo's there as the option.
Defensive end. Watch the mesh point right there. He is reading Blake. If Blake commits down to the running back, he'll hold it. This time he stays out and takes the quarterback by himself. That's a poor read by Brian Johnson. He should have given the zone reason. No, that was nice. The toys they give us up here.
2nd and 10, some pressure coming. Johnson hangs in there. The underneath pass, 8 yards to Madsen.
He's entitled to make a mistake from time to time.
It's big.
Number 69.
For 132 yards. They bring 5 in pressure. Pass is deflected and incomplete.
You know, he's given up about 4.5, 5 inches here, but I tell you, he is physical and he's very gifted at.
Fair catch signaled and made by Rogers. It's from its own 18, trailing by 3. Inside of 2 minutes, this young running back looks terrific. Aaron Brown across
the game. There's right now just a different feel. The offensive line getting up to the second level. That time they didn't even have anybody out of the way of the freshman because he's accelerating upfield.
Now Gunn going deep down the sideline. Caught and dropped.
He hits the ground.
We are told from the booth that it was a coach's challenge. 2nd and 10, Gunn throws it away.
Calls, I think, is a great thing for college football.
3rd and 10. They go option on 3rd and 10 with Aaron Brown. He cannot get a fumble. I'm just asking. I'm not really. I have no clue on that play. Ball will be down at the 37. It was minute 7 for Johnson and Utah, and this pass is complete. The time to go. 2nd and 4. A flag is down as Johnson's pass is incomplete.
Defense, number 94.
Got to do it by the word on the field. 1st and 10 after the flag. Here is Johnson looking long, comes back underneath here before halftime. Brian Johnson's throw gets away from him. It moved the ball in the air. 3rd and 4. Johnson eludes the would-be sack, throws on the run, incomplete.
Still getting pressure on Brian Johnson.
Sakota's kick. Here is Rogers trying to set up the return, picking up a couple of blocks and able to get out to the 15-yard game because of a groin injury. Didn't play at all tonight, so Robert Merrill, the first back, starts on the run. That's a push in the back, and this will come back.
Offense.
Georgia, a little small town here in Texas. Into the belly of Robert Merrill. 3 years. It's displayed here. Ty Gunn's pass is caught.
Probably the best back right now in the NFL.
3rd and 14. Gunn. Miscommunication. Wash. He gets an opportunity after Brian Courtney failed. Wash's kick goes out of bounds.
Punters and kickers.
Jesse Boone centers snap back to Brian Johnson. Quinton Ganther run. 2nd and 5. Great field position on this opening drive for Utah. Johnson gets a couple of receiver blocks.
Have to start running to be able to set up all the rest of it.
There's a little fake of that run. And the deep ball for Latondras. Incomplete. Latondras also down. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Into the belly of the H-back. Here comes Brent Castile.
To the play-action pass.
See what Dick Bumpus, who works on the defense with Coach Patterson, can dial up. 3rd and 5. Johnson gets away from pressure and throws underneath. Open for the first down to the running back.
The backfield is a dump-off.
Bunch formation at the bottom of the screen. One of the receivers tried to come and block. 2nd and 11 might be a pass from Ganther. Well covered by TCU. 3rd and 11. 3 receiving options. Good coverage. Johnson again buys time. Man breaks free. It's Castile. 1st and goal at the 4. That's at least
adjustments, and they're doing it, but they've got to get heat from the middle. You're giving him running lanes to step up into and giving him an option to either buy the time that he needs to find the receiver. Secondary.
Again, the bunch formation at the bottom. Ganther runs the other way. Bounces it to the outside. Can't fight. Johnson adjusts the play. To an option, nowhere to run, so he makes it up on his own.
Brian Johnson off to a very good start to his.
To make it 17-7. Here comes Corey Rogers. They've had a couple of good kickoff returns so far.
They were able to do last year. He recruited all these guys for the most part.
Gunn 1st down, quick pass is a good one. William Jackson is fullback.
I mean, when you say you can play at Florida, it gives you an idea how athletic he is and what kind of player he is. He's just excited to be out there.
3rd and a couple. A lot of quick count stuff has worked. Brown tries to find the opening. They've had freshman running backs do quite well here the last few years. Here's the current freshman. Not a room to run. Stays on his feet. Kept his balance. Off to the races. Out of bounds.
Ability to attack the defensive end, Burnett, make him commit to the quarterback. He gets blown up, but look, once you deal it, now you've got blocks downfield, and this is again the freshman, Aaron Brown. Missed tackle on the open field by Evans, and then he gets downfield, showing tremendous speed. Blocks downfield to give him enough room to make some moves in the open field.
1st and goal, the full ankle and knee last year. 2nd and goal, more option. This time the big back Merrill to the end zone. Touchdown.
Now, Utah's used to defending the option, but again, give respect to Ty Gunn for coming down the line and not being afraid to get right in the face. Big drive, Mike, after getting down 17-7.
By Robert Merrill after Brown did most of the work on the drive. Peter Luco kicked it off for TCU. Brent Castile for Utah takes the return out to the 30.
Back to the eye because of Aaron Brown.
Brian Johnson led a touchdown drive. Ganther lost the football. He might have gotten it back. So sophomore quarterback, true freshman running back. Johnson, room to run. Takes off.
He's got his gladiator equipment on tonight.
No play.
False start. Offense. Number 88.
The flag took it from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9. Pressure off the corner. Mack picked it up. Johnson throws incomplete. Tough throw. Breaking one. Nice high kick, though. Rodgers can only fair catch it at the 21. Penalty marker will come in as they hit him after.
Foul on a kicking team. Number 31.
Among others starting in Division I. First down, TCU's offense has a little wiggle back into it. Donald Massey, the wide.
I think he affects the coaches. He affects everybody because of his swagger.
Pitch into the boundary only.
That's a foul.
First down run. 6 minutes left in the quarter. Here is Gunn, who is flushed. He lost the football. And lucky.
The first down.
Merrill left as the lone back. The fullback is trying to get open. They run Rodgers complete. Corey gets the grab to the 38. Quick count. Merrill to the 35.
Not done consistently in these first 2 games until tonight.
Gunn option. Robert Merrill. First down and more to the 24. First-year backs do well down this park. Merrill again. Runs into the secondary, and of course, from the 14, second down to the fullback, William Jackson.
Lines uncontested.
They need 2 for the first down. The freshman Aaron Brown that time can't get. Manfredini has answered.
Would have showed up in the middle of this interview. We got to get him at some point. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Here is Brian keeping on first down, Aaron, for 3 yards and 2. Quinton Ganther on the run to the 26-yard line. Brent Castile comes in motion. Triple option. They don't shovel it. Johnson keeps it. Made a mistake. Turned it over, and it's taken by TCU. And Utah might have taken it back. It was in the hands of Brian Bonner.
Because, first of all, TCU played this perfectly. They slow played it. They waited until the last second. Bonner takes the ball away. He's ready to go score a touchdown. He clearly has the ball. And then, boom.
Travis Latendresse.
Latendresse takes it right back, and the ball's on the ground. A whole quarter to go.
Johnson in trouble and goes down, and there's the loss of 6.
Number 74.
Flushed from the pocket again. And just runs out of bounds to get to the 30 to keep the drive alive. Gets to 4-man rush. Down he goes. No sack. Quickly, they get it away with Sakota kicking. Very high, fair catch type kicks. Nearly hit a TCU player as it came down.
Order for Ty Gunn, getting it to Brown.
Gunn, first down, double clutches, high for Corey Rodgers, and incomplete.
Take a few of these.
Play action with Brown. Out of the backfield for the fullback. Rodgers is the receiver at the bottom of the screen. 3rd and 10. Option with Brown. Huge hit.
The college football. Blown opportunity there for TCU.
Sure was. Courtney kicking. Oh, will it stay in? No. It was over the goal. 1st and 10 for the Utes from the 20. And Brian Johnson runs it for the Olympics. So many things at ABC. And our thoughts with the Schenkel family on the passing of one of the greats here this week. Brent Castile of Chris Schenkel. Here is Johnson on the run. Good job
of Ganther.
In disguise of what they're going to bring. They bring 2 at Johnson and knock the ball down. It's been better the last couple of series. Needing to get to the 46. Closing in on him. Incomplete pass.
Far side, and he was too late.
Sakota, best distance kick, 42 yards. Corey Rodgers took it in on the run.
I know you and Kirk would love to run in this heat, though, boys. You do a good job with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here comes a guy who's running heat for 2nd and 2. Here is Gunn. On the pitch, that time they were ready. And thanks to that news on David Toms. A really scary story earlier today. Third down, gun throws. It's caught by Rodgers, his best receiver, trying to make a play. I think he's going to be...
Waste of timeout. With tie game and into the fourth quarter, you're going to have to... You might need all the timeouts you can get.
Fair catch with very little... Hasn't run a snap past its own 36-yard line. And nowhere to run for Quinton Ganther, who takes that attempts on the night for Utah. Castile comes back to get it. Gained at 9. What kind of pressure will TCU bring? They rush 4, drop 7 in coverage. The pass is caught. Terrific grab by Castile.
Did it again. This time Brian Johnson steps up, and at the very last second, he's able to see Castile getting all...
And a freshman, the thrower and the catcher. Now that freshman out of San Francisco, Castile is the runner. And Utah trying to maintain the 18-game unbeaten streak. Johnson finds some space, takes off, slide to watch. 3rd and 3. Option, Ganther can't get there. TCU only has 10 players on the field here. Fair catch called for and made and dropped but recovered. You get 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, and 1 back. This time Gunn never pull back. No backs here as Gunn throws and Rodgers cannot.
To TCU because of field position.
Gunn, screen pass to Merrill. Able to elude the defensive lineman. Important to get away his best kick of the night. It was not. And there's the ball right at midfield. Big receiver. It's incomplete, intended for John Madsen.
It's a style.
Johnson has completed 1 of his last 5. The sophomore hands to Quinton Ganther, who... Madsen, the big receiver. They like to go to him on 3rd down. Johnson hangs in there. Look deep for Madsen, who was blanketed by the zone. 1 yard. They're forced to punt the ball away. Louis Sakota's kick. Fair caught. No, not fair caught by Rodgers. I'm sorry. And football and baseball and Nextel Cup racing as well. Here is Aaron Brown, the freshman. Stays on his feet. Takes it into the secondary. And a big run to the 44.
Tonight, the first chance he's had to show what he can do, and every time he gets into the open field, you can see his natural God-given ability. He's able to get out there and make people miss. I don't care if he's a freshman or a senior. This guy wants the football in his hands.
Quick count. He attacks over the left side. Tonight when you called me, are you watching this? Yeah, I was. Gun option. Finally gets it to Brown. Oh, is he going to make something happen out of this play? There's no blocking to pick it up. On the other side, he stays on his feet and fights for everything for a loss.
This is a great high school play. How many times do you see a guy take a pitch to the left, cut way back to the right, outrun the rest of the defense? You can't do that in college football. But not only did he cut back, but he keeps breaking tackles.
Huge play here. 3rd and 7. Gunn rolls and throws for Rodgers. Too high in here. Returnable from the 16 for Weddle. Pushed out of bounds at the 27. Brian Johnson, the sophomore quarterback, gets it to his running back, Ganther, to the 35, gain of 8.
Great team, but they can win this weekend for sure.
Brian Johnson, 2nd down run. He spins, he gets the 1st down, the 32 yards to get in field goal range. Clock runs against a 3-man rush. Johnson throws, and it's complete. They say run the clock, he's in.
Get the rule book. When you step out of bounds with 38 seconds to go, well,
and a timeout is taken.
Somebody
by
help
Utah.
me on this one. All right, pull the book out again. You've been doing it all night. I don't know. Can we get the video on this one? Mike, can we? Can I throw the red flag from here on that? I mean, what's the call? To think about not stopping the clock is forward progress. And there's no forward. I mean, he just steps.
Oh my God!
Steps now.
Oh my goodness! That's awful. That's an awful call.
Oh my!
Man, that was awful. 2nd and 1. Johnson flushed, sacked. Let's go watch another sport. There's no way that was forward progress. 3rd down. Here is Johnson trying to create some time. Be careful not to turn it over. Dangerous shovel forward. Punt. They don't put a block on. They put a return on. Rodgers goes for the fair catch.
No reason to catch that ball.
And he gets it with is successfully executed. Year 8 back to 98. 1st down for Brian Johnson as overtime begins. He is pressured. He threw it away. If that ball didn't cross the line of scrimmage, That would be in second.
I think it went out of bounds about the 28.
Johnson, lots of time against the three-man rush, but nobody was open. He makes this one happen. Picked up a good block from Castile, and is 2 yards shy of the first.
After he throws the ball away, picked up a great block by Ganther coming from the left here. He blows up Modkins right there to open up a seam. Then he gets another block by Castile to pick up range.
Castile, the H-back, comes back. Pitch to Ganther, trying to get to the outside, is pulled down, so it'll be a field goal attempt. Eric Weddle's hold from 34. It's good, and TCU. They go with Robert Merrill, the experienced back, running right. Gain of 3.
Win.
Second down, and 6. Right back to Merrill with blocking. Merrill the first down and more. He's down to the 7-yard line.
Sealing that.
They give it to Merrill. He goes for about 1.5 yards. From the 4. They hand it to Corey Rogers, and the receiver, they're fast. The fullback, Jackson, that's DePriest in motion. Here's Gunn to DePriest for the win! Utah's 18-game win streak is over!